What a wild day at Aqueduct. If you were planning on catching the races on November 30th, you were in for a major surprise. In a move that sent shockwaves through the racing world, the New York Racing Association, or NYRA, had to cancel almost the entire race card. We're talking 8 out of 9 races called off. Just like that. So, what happened? Was it the weather? A problem with the track? Nope, none of the above. The jockeys themselves staged a protest and refused to ride. This all went down right after the very first race. The jockeys voiced some serious concerns. But not about the track conditions. Their issue was with the NYRA clerk of scales and the assistant clerk of scales. Now, for those who might not know, the clerk of scales has a crucial job. They're responsible for weighing the jockeys and their equipment before and after each race. This process, known as weighing in and weighing out, is fundamental to the integrity of horse racing. It ensures that every horse carries its assigned weight, which is a major factor in handicapping, and guaranteeing a level playing field for everyone involved, from the owners and trainers to the bettors. If a jockey weighs in even slightly lighter than they're supposed to, it could give them an unfair advantage. Conversely, if they're heavier, it could unfairly penalize their horse. It's all about fairness and transparency. The jockeys apparently had a problem with how these duties were being carried out. NYRA management tried to resolve the situation, but the jockeys stood their ground. They were united in their refusal to get back on the track, leading to the cancellation of the rest of the day's live racing. It wasn't just for that day, either. They also abandoned the races scheduled for the following Sunday. NYRA Senior Vice President of Racing and Operations, Andrew Offerman, released a statement. He emphasized that NYRA is in charge of overseeing all racing officials, including the clerk of scales, and that they follow the rules set by the New York State Gaming Commission. He said, and I'm quoting here, "The procedures employed by those officials are designed to protect the integrity of racing and are NYRA's responsibility to maintain and enforce." This tells us that NYRA sees these procedures as vital and non-negotiable for keeping the sport clean. It's a pretty bold move by the jockeys. To collectively decide not to ride is a powerful statement. It highlights just how seriously they took their concerns. They clearly felt that the integrity of the weighing process was compromised to a point where they could no longer participate in good conscience. This wasn't a decision made lightly, as it impacts their own earnings, as well as the entire ecosystem of trainers, owners, and racetrack staff. While the live action came to a sudden halt, Aqueduct didn't completely shut down. The track remained open for simulcasting, so fans could still watch and wager on races happening at other tracks across the country. And of course, online betting through platforms like NYRA Bets was still available. The good news for racing fans is that this disruption was temporary. Live Racing was scheduled to get back on track a few days later, on December 4th, with a full 8-race card. The first post was set for 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, by then, both sides had a chance to sit down, communicate, and find a resolution that satisfies the jockeys' concerns while upholding the strict standards of integrity that horse racing relies on. Situations like this are a stark reminder of how many moving parts there are in the world of horse racing. It's not just about the horses and the trainers. The jockeys are athletes at the core of the sport, and their voices are incredibly important. When they take a stand like this, it forces everyone to pay attention and address the underlying issues. What do you think about this protest? Do you side with the jockeys? Or do you think there was a different way to handle it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story to see if any more details emerge about the specific issues or any changes that might come from it. Thanks for tuning in. and if you want to stay updated on all things horse racing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.